you really want to ask 3, 4, 5 questions deep. See, here's our job. Our job is by asking questions, we make people realize a problem they didn't realize they had before talking to us. But you can't do it with statements. You have to do it by asking questions. Because when you ask questions, it crystallizes their thinking and their imagination.
We are monsters, oh.
So like for example, if you just do one question deep, it would be me asking Brad, all right, Brad, so this income, you pass away, that income's completely tied to you getting up and going to work, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if something happened to you, this would be gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicole, if something happened to Brad's income monthly, financially, are you okay?
No.
And then she would say no.
I know that would be.
She would say no. And then that's just a surface, one question type why.
Yeah.
It's not strong enough. So Nicole says no. And then what a lot of agents do is you just move on. Okay, perfect. Gotcha. Let me show you these numbers. Which one of these do you want? And so people are not, unless they're just like maybe in the 20% ready to buy, they're not going to do it. So what then I would do is say, okay, so when you say no, what exactly does that look like?
Well, we've never really talked about it.
Sure, and I know this isn't something you get up and just talk about on Saturday drinking coffee, so I understand that. But the reason I'm asking you this is once we talk about this, you'll never have to talk about this again. So for a second, just go there if you would. Tell me how that looks for you if that income goes away.
I mean, I only make $1,200. We got 2 kids. The mortgage payment's $1,400. So I don't see how I keep the house.
Okay.
You know,
So what would you do?
first off.
I mean, all right, let me ask you this. How long could you make it?
I might make it for like a few months. You know.
A few months, okay. Well, what would you do after that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought that's why we were. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
That's why you're married.
Right. I mean, I have family. I've got family.
Yeah.
They're in Washington, Seattle, Washington.
It's a long way away. The kids go to school here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, what would you want it to be like? I know you wouldn't want Brad to die, but if he passed tomorrow,
Yeah.
how would you want it to be? What would be your ideal situation?
Well, I mean, if the mortgage was paid, you know, I'd be able to figure out this.
Okay.
I mean, I could work another job with child care, so expensive.
So you're saying if we could get the mortgage covered, you could figure out the rest?
It'd be tough, but at least I'd have somewhere to live.
Yes. So that being said, Brad, let me ask you this, and I know what you're going to say because I kind of get a feel for the type of guy you are, but I'm going to ask anyways because I've been doing this a long time, and people give me some weird answers. So I'm going to ask you. If you died tomorrow, what do you want it to look like for Nate/Nicole?
I'd like to know that she's not homeless and then she's got enough to live off. You know, as though I was still here. I just want to be able to know that it makes no difference other than I'm just physically not here.
So basically what you're saying is, if I understand you correctly, you just want to be able to not have any kind of financial burden.
Yeah, that's the biggest. She relies on me the most because of the taking care of everything.
So if we can knock this mortgage out, it may not be perfect, but if we can knock this out, that would alleviate a lot of the burden.
I think you would be able to sleep at night. You know that's not going to
Sure.
happen tomorrow.
Well, look, I appreciate you caring, especially in my line of work. It says a lot about you. So don't take that for granted. Because there's a lot of people I sit with, they don't care. So I appreciate it. I'm going to do my best to help you. Like I said in the beginning, I can't guarantee it, but I will give you everything I got, okay? So I'll look at a few options for you. So when you do that consistently, like every time, they're going to buy something. Now, this happens often. I'll still get to the end and I'll give them 3 options and they'll say, can we think about it? I'll say, yeah, you can think about it. You don't ever have to do anything. But based on what we talked about, Kyle, that you see value in this. And if you don't have it, we talked about what was going to happen, right? So it's not the coverage you're thinking about. Is that correct? Right. Okay. So if this was free, which one would you pick? You'd pick the top one. So it's not about caring about your family. I know that. It's about money. It always is. I have a family. I have 2 kids. They need a lot of stuff, so I understand that. So just based off of, right now, here's where you're at, and here's what this one would do is get you over here. But the reason I gave you 3 is because even if you don't do the top one, there's still going to be a big tax-free bucket of cash to make sure that we can transition effectively without being burdened financially, right? So if it's just based on budget, okay, because I know anything's better than nothing, wouldn't you agree? Okay. So is this too much a month?
That seems a little high, right?
Cross it out. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. If it was free, that'd be the best option, obviously. Is this one too much a month?
Tight.
Okay, cross that one off. We don't want to have to come 3 or 4 months from now and cancel it because you can't afford it because the tires went out on it. Okay. This one right here, if I can get you approved for the $80,000, still be a big tax-free bucket of cash. Make sure if you get sick and live, you still got something. We got something, so we can go to bed feeling good about it. Is this one too much a month?
I think we can afford that.
That one looks better? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get you approved for this one. Like I said, I can't guarantee it, but if we can, that's the one you want to see if we can get. Feel good about that? All right. So then I just take the application. Driver's license. If you were ever going to do anything as far as this coverage, your current age and health is going to be the best time for 2 reasons. One, as I know of right now, there's nothing that can make us get younger. So you're only going to get older, and this is going to go up every year on you. That's just how the insurance companies do it. Okay, so rate-wise, it's going to be the best time. 2 is health-wise. I'm going to look at a preferred plan for you potentially, but if something happens to complicate your health, it's not going to be available. So if you're going to do anything, now's the time to do it, okay? And the reason I'm showing you 3 is because I know if this was free, you pick the top one. But I'm showing you 3 because even if we can't get the top one, something's going to be better than nothing. Wouldn't you agree? And then we'll just go from there. So then I do that before I even show them. So if you created a good why and they need it and there's value and they look like they can qualify, you should always get an application. Because it's always going to come down to money. If you can show them something that's in their budget, off of after doing a good why and finding the value and all that, they'll buy it every single time. So if you get good at that, you're always going to take an app if it has value to them. So I don't even show numbers sometimes. I won't show numbers. If I can't get the answers I need with step 4, I don't show numbers and I just move on.
We are monsters. Oh.